Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me and, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff that, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I am super looking forward to this one. Let's hope it's really good. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. Which is kind of the case, but yesterday. I did find this particular item while I was out and about after work yesterday. Specifically, I went to a Target. Wasn't necessarily looking to find stuff to review. Usually when I go to Target, it's because I'm looking for Transformers stuff, because I'm a nerd and I like Transformers stuff. I didn't have any Transformers stuff, but I did get a DC figure. So that was pretty cool, because I do like some of the DC McFarlane stuff that they've been doing. It's been pretty neat lately. But I decided to go over there and keep walking around, and there was an item in my head that I was like, it'd be really cool if I ran into this. And then I did, but then I had to put it in the fridge and let it cool down. So here we are today. But what is it, folks? It happens to be, boom, it's Dr. Pepper. It's so cold. But it's not just any Dr. Pepper. It's Dr. Pepper Blackberry. Okay. I heard about this last year because I do these reviews and I try to kind of keep a bridge to this stuff. Like, I get targeted ads and shit. And I remember them talking about it. They're like, hey, there's going to be a new one next year. Keep your fucking eyes open. And I got it. So, let's, first of all, let's get a thing for a thing here real quick. It looks like that. And I reviewed other Blackberry, I reviewed other Dr. Pepper flavors before. I did the coconut. I did the strawberry. I did the dark berry. I'm hoping this tastes kind of like the dark berry, because I love the dark berry Dr. Pepper. But it's only like a thing that they bring out occasionally. Let's find out together, though. How good be ye? I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Okay, let's give it a go. Really? I've learned from doing the reviews, you don't base it off the first sip. You gotta let it do its thing for a little bit. That first sip is always kind of a liar. You know, it can be either the best or the worst version of it. It's going for a bigger chug. Well, damn it. Okay. It doesn't taste like the dark berry, which sucks because, again, I really like the dark berry. I wish they'd just leave that as a thing, or at the very least bring it out at least once a year. Have it be like a seasonal thing or something, man, because I really like that one. Okay. First of all, I want it on record. I love Dr. Pepper. One of my favorite brands of soda. The OG stuff is like some of the best. And I've really enjoyed a lot of their things over the years. I love some cherry Dr. Pepper. Again, the dark berry is really good. Hell, I even kind of like the coconut. You know, it's not a go-to because I'm not a coconut guy, but, you know, I surprisingly embraced that one a little bit. However, if there's one flavor in recent memory that I really didn't get along with as much as I wanted to, it was the strawberries and cream flavor that they put out a few years ago. And yeah, I did review it, and I reviewed the zero sugar version. I wanted to love that, and I didn't. And here's the problem. This reminds me of that. Instead of being like the dark berry, it reminds me more of the strawberries and cream. Because there's no real bite from the blackberry. Like, there's a blackberry sort of vibe to it, you know, so there is that. But it's a very smooth blackberry. It's less blackberry by itself and almost more like a blackberry and cream kind of thing. So there is a blackberry sort of vibe to it, but there's no oomph to it. It's just, and I don't know, for me personally, I like, especially with like older sodas, like, Dr. Pepper, or, even Coke, or like a lot of old root beers and stuff. I like some bite, some crispness to my drinking experience. This doesn't have that, and it's a shame because I was really hoping, I figured the blackberry would pair really well with the Dr. Pepper, and I think that it still would, but I think that they decided to go more of that creamy route because, they did the strawberries and cream, they did the coconut and cream. They didn't call this one blackberries and cream, but I think that's kind of where they went with it. And that kind of sucks for me because, again, I'm not that big into that sort of creamy Dr. Pepper vibe. Ironically, I like the Dr. Pepper cream soda. So who the fuck knows what's going on in my brain. Yeah. I don't hate it or anything. But it's not, pumping me up to be excited for the next sip. It's just very, okay, this is decent. It's interesting, I guess, a little bit, but and I kind of feel like it has a Dr. Pepper backing to it. But I do feel like the sort of berries and cream kind of vibe, I think it sort of takes precedent over it more than I would like. It doesn't feel like, one of the things I like about the dark berry is it feels like a blend, with the Dr. Pepper. This feels like it's overlapping it and it's just building on top of. And I don't feel like the Dr. Pepper aspect really gets to shine through all that much. And I don't feel like the berries and cream aspect of it is giving me what I personally would like from that experience. So, yeah, this one's not the grand slam I was hoping for. There's just nothing. And even the bite you would normally get from a Dr. Pepper, it's not there because, again, they sort of shoehorned in the that berries and cream kind of vibe. Ah, crap. All right. Well, all right. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No and yes. Because here's the thing. The closest thing that I could say that this reminds me of, like I was saying before, is the strawberries and cream. I just have never gotten along with it all that much for basically the same reasons that I don't get along with this all that well. I just don't feel like the flavor works the way that I personally would like it to work with the Dr. Pepper. That said, I don't hate it, even as a drink. I will occasionally get one out of sort of morbid curiosity, like, I forget after a long enough period of time. But I've never really fallen in love with it. And this, I have all the same problems, I really thought this was going to be a really good one because I love the idea of blackberry and Dr. Pepper in there. Personally, I think if you're going to do it as they've done it, call it berries and cream. I think that's closer to what it actually tastes like to me personally. But yeah, it's not, and I had to buy a 12-pack of this stuff, so I mean, I'll share them around for sure, because I'm sure I know people will be interested in trying it. But for me, I'll finish them, but I don't think I would get another pack of these. If they come out with the dark berry again, sure, but not these. Now, all that said, why am I recommending it then? Because a lot of people seem to like the strawberry version. I've talked to a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but, I've talked to numerous people in regards to the strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So by that logic, you probably enjoy this. It's a very similar vibe, just, sort of change out the strawberry aspect to something of a blackberry aspect. It's fine. It's not a bad drink, and especially with it being a new item, certainly worth giving it a shot. And I could genuinely see people really liking this. Like I said, I've got people I know who I'm definitely going to go over there and give them a crack at this because I think they'll probably really enjoy it. Just for me, it doesn't hit. But for you fine folks who might enjoy it, definitely get out there and give it a go. Because who knows, maybe it'll be your favorite flavor of Dr. Pepper. If that ends up being the case, though, you and I can never be friends. Like, I don't want to be that guy. But I just feel like it would be an underlying conflict issue just waiting to happen, and one day it would just explode into a giant, like, martial arts knife fight. So, just saying. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly Darkberry-tastic rest of your life, because goddamn it, I prefer Darkberry. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, if you try out this flavor, let me know what your personal feelings about it are. Because this is one of those ones where it's like, you know, I'm always interested in, you know, other people's opinions about this stuff anyway. But this is one of those ones where it's like, am I completely off base here? Or am I, you know, did I pretty much hit the nail on the head? I mean, it's not going to change it for me personally. But, you know, like, I was genuinely a little bit surprised when the reaction to the strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper was so positive. Because for me, it did, like I said, it didn't land. But obviously, I'm not the end-all, be-all when it comes to opinions on anything. So, let me hear yours. Anyway.